Hi guys, this is Steve from Pyeongchon branch, and this is my video blog for C2 Unit 6 Standardized Testing. For this particular project, what I'm planning on having my students do for their project is that they're going to be redesigning the Korean national test, which is called, I believe, the Sunin test. And they're going to be redesigning it to make it a little bit more fair and better for all Korean students involved. So this is how I am planning on doing that. I'm going to keep the ideate sections the same. So that first ideate section where they have to explain some of the problems with current standardized testing, I'm going to keep that the same. The second one, instead of alternative methods, what I'm planning on having my students do is that instead of talking about alternative methods, they're going to talk about some of the problems they have with the current school curriculum in Korea and what they think might not be fair for all students in that section. And then they're going to be getting into their groups, and in their groups, what they're going to have to come up with. I got this idea from last week, week 11, where they talked about in China how they had the 6 arts. So what they're going to have to do in this project is they're going to have to come up with 6 arts of being a good Korean citizen. 6 skills that all Korean citizens should have by the time they graduate high school. So in their groups, together as a group, they're going to have to come up with 6 different arts that they think all Koreans should have by the time they graduate high school. Things like it could be math, if they want to keep with math, or science, English, Korean language, taekwondo, archery, dance, comedy, anything that they can think of that they think a good Korean citizen should have. So they'll come up with those together, and then after they come up with those, they're going to kind of split into parts. So team member number 1 is going to describe 3 of the 6 arts and why they're important to being a good Korean citizen. Team member 2 is going to describe the other 3 arts and explain why they're important to becoming a good Korean citizen. Team member 3 is going to come up with 3 ways to test these different arts, and team member 4 will be coming up with the other 3 ways to test these arts. So basically, team member 1 and team member 3 will be working very closely together to develop why these arts are important and how they're going to test them. Team member 2 and 4 will also be working together on the final 3 arts, why they're important, and how they're going to be testing them. The reason I divide it into each team member and not all together is so that each person in the group has an equal amount of time speaking during the presentation. Team member 4 will also have the job of creating the PowerPoint for the group. So that means that team member 1, 2, and 3, they're also going to have to write part of the introduction to their project. So my idea for this is to use the ideate sections. So team member 1 will introduce the topic and explain one of the reasons why students don't like the current standardized testing system, or one of the reasons why, or one of the things they don't like about the current school curriculum. And then team member 2 and 3 will also do the same thing. So what is going to happen when they present? Each member will have part of the introduction explaining some of the problems with the curriculum or with the test. So each person will do that, and then they'll get into their PowerPoint presentation. And in their PowerPoint presentation, that's where each team member will have their own specific thing that they have to talk about. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it works out well. I'm really going to have them focus on how can they make the test fair for all the students involved. So that might be different so they might have to come up with multiple tests on each different skill and come up with ways that would be fair for all students involved. Yep, that's what I'm planning on doing. I definitely encourage you again to make some sort of checklist for your students so that they know what to do and so that they can keep on task. That's it. Have a good week. Bye.